Well, as you guys know, I'm Leo Cangiani, and I love Topeka. I adore Topeka. I love the people here. We have lots to offer, and there's still sky's the limit beyond that even. So I am the right guy. I have a young family. I'm fully vested, and I want the best for Topeka. So vote for me when it comes down to it, and I'll do the best job I can. I've always proven that in everything I've ever done, and I can't wait to be your mayor. So vote for Leo.
Do you believe increasing access to affordable housing for families making less than $40,000 a year should be part of the city's approach to economic development?
Of course, we should help out the ones that need the most help. I'm open to evaluating and looking at all different housing, affordable housing especially. So I'm looking forward to the challenge of that to help others in this community in that way.
How would you work to rebuild trust between members of the public and members of law enforcement in our community?
Oh, great question, great question. I believe that the law enforcement here in Topeka, they try their best. They do what they can. And I think just by going out in the community, maybe a little bit more, as in do different events with them, and they get to see them in neighborhood associations and different meetings and outside even of the professional realm, right, in the community as well. As there's citizens just like us, they're all Topekans, we're all Topekans, and we should support one another. So,
how do you plan on keeping young people in Topeka? How do you plan on keeping people in general in Topeka?
Awesome. How do I keep young people in Topeka? Well, that's a great question. That's a lot. I consider myself kind of young, a young professional, and I believe that just building relationships, building community at an early stage, and then going from there, obviously jobs and attraction of that, but building the workforce and getting to know your neighbor even more and caring for each other, I think people will stay in Topeka. That's what happened to me. I could have left Topeka a long time ago professionally and with family. I have no family here. My own family is just here, but everybody else became my family because the relationship I've developed here in Topeka. There's great people, and just going out there and getting to know each other. We need to build that community. I think there's a sense of community, of taking care of each other, and that you don't want to leave. You have everything you need here in Topeka. Yeah, that will come as well professionally. You'll see what's needed and the needs of the community a little more, and that builds the jobs itself.
Topeka, and especially where my businesses are located, has a large population of homeless. As a city, we only have one place for those in need to get resources, and in order to get those resources, you must be free of all substances. What do you plan to do to help the people living on the street that are battling addiction and are not able to get help in our county?
That's a great one. I mean, the mental health aspect is big as part of my platform to see how we can combat that and help that. Like I've mentioned before, Benodo especially, that's something there's been committees and groups and get together to kind of form plans, and I want to see those action plans go through with something. There has to be a way. There's other cities, other templates of somebody trying somewhere, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we can get that done and help all those people in need in those situations. I would love to make a central hub of knowing where so if somebody needs something like a mental health or something like that, or a job, or redirect them somewhere that they need a connection. I would love to create some type of central hub that they go to, and from there we know where they're going to go and where they need the key contact people, and less bureaucracy of like, oh, go here, make somebody go around, and they might not have the resources and the transportation and the whole know about the whole city to get that. So if we get a central point and then help them even get to that next point, we could probably help a lot of people.
The USDA defines food deserts in urban areas as census tracts where much of the population consists of low-income residents and most people live more than 1 mile from a grocery store. Under this definition, the USDA has determined that much of North, Downtown, and East Topeka are food deserts. How will you work to ensure every Topekan of every income has access to nearby and convenient grocery stores?
Awesome. That's a great way to put it actually. So food deserts, of course, if somebody can't get access to it, it takes a little bit to get to their point or get access to food. That's not good. So I'll look towards that to seeing how we can attract, or what's the best way to close that gap between there, or different, again, I love to think about creative and different ways to look at it to help people, be it transportation again. I think it's almost a recurring theme right now for this little session, where the transportation is a big deal for people. So I'll be looking forward to that and that challenge.
Another question, like how do they plan to not only prioritize and hear, but amplify the voices of the community to actually know what that community wants?
Of course. Well, I come from this community. I've been around the whole community in a sense, as in like I've been in every community around the whole city. I've lived it ever since a little younger during college days to now, and I listen a lot, and I go and talk to people. I don't just sit around and whatever. I just go out there in the community. I'm around. I love to talking about how can we improve, what's going on, what's the big topics, how can we improve those. So I am 100% here for everyone, every single Topekan, that I want to do the best for you, and I'll try my best on my behalf to amplify what's being said in the streets.
What are your goals to help further student life here at Washburn? What are your goals to help improve the university?
Washburn, near and dear to my heart. I went to school there. I got my bachelor's of education, and they're a great institution. So I fully support Washburn and anything we can do to help and to bridge your experience and to have a great time here in Topeka. It has lots to offer, but how about we bridge it a little bit for you guys? And I understand that growing up here, it wasn't too much for us. I think it's a lot better is getting there, and I'm looking forward to expanding that way with the Washburn University. Obviously, if we can get, I would love to push a little bit if we can get businesses a little bit closer to them so they can walk in walking distance. We've had a coffee shop there, and then they were no more. So that's no fun, or even other business that just left as well. So yes, we need to make that more university friendly, where this walking distance, almost like a traditional, is becoming that traditional university type. So I'm looking forward to trying to get that bridged together. All right, my name is Leo Cangiani, and I'm running for mayor of Topeka.